Have you ever walked into a room and noticed that distinct musty odor that seems to cling to older adults, no matter how clean they are? Maybe you've even started noticing it on yourself. You shower every day, you use deodorant, but there's this smell that just won't go away. It's embarrassing. It makes you self-conscious around your grandkids, your friends, even your partner. Here's what most people don't understand. This isn't about hygiene. This is about chemistry happening inside your skin that no amount of soap can fix. Scientists have actually identified the exact compound responsible for what they call senior smell. It's called 2-nonenal. And it starts forming in your body around age 40. Your skin is literally oxidizing, rusting from the inside out. And that's what's creating this odor that water can't wash away. But here's the breakthrough. Researchers have discovered that you can stop this process, not with expensive creams or harsh body washes, but with 4 specific foods that neutralize this compound before it even forms. These same foods rebuild your skin's natural defenses, making it thicker, stronger, and more resilient. I'm talking about turning back the clock on skin aging in a matter of weeks. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to reveal the hidden mistake most people make that actually accelerates this rusting process, and it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. Gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed a certain smell maybe on yourself, maybe on someone older, that just doesn't go away no matter how much you shower? It's not a strong smell, but it's there. Kind of musty, kind of grassy, maybe a little greasy. You scrub harder. You use different soaps. You even change your laundry detergent. But nothing works. And if you're honest with yourself, you're starting to worry that other people notice it too. Here's what I need you to understand right now. This is not your fault, and it's not about hygiene. What you're experiencing is a chemical reaction happening beneath the surface of your skin, something that scientists have studied extensively and given a very specific name: 2-nonenal production. And the first mistake most people make is ignoring what's actually causing it, thinking they can just wash it away. Let me explain what's really going on inside your body. Around age 40, sometimes earlier, sometimes a bit later, something fundamental shifts in your skin's chemistry. Your natural antioxidant defenses start breaking down. Now I want you to think of antioxidants as your body's built-in rust prevention system. Just like you'd spray a protective coating on metal to keep it from corroding, antioxidants in your skin work 24/7 to prevent fats and oils from oxidizing. They're your first line of defense against cellular damage. But here's the problem. As you age, your body produces fewer and fewer of these protective antioxidants. Your cells get tired. Your enzyme systems slow down. And when those defenses weaken, the omega-7 fatty acids that naturally sit on your skin's surface become vulnerable. Without that protective shield, these fatty acids start to break down when exposed to oxygen in the air. They literally begin to rust, just like metal exposed to the elements. This oxidation process creates a specific compound called 2-nonenal. It's an unsaturated aldehyde. Don't worry about the chemistry, terminology, but what you need to know is this: 2-nonenal has a distinct smell. It's been described as grassy, greasy, sometimes even cardboard-like. Japanese researchers were the first to identify it, and they found it's directly responsible for what we commonly call senior smell or old person smell. It's not pleasant, and it's definitely not something anyone wants associated with them. Now here's the real kicker, and this is where most people get frustrated. 2-nonenal is not water-soluble. Let that sink in for a moment. When you step into the shower, when you lather up with soap, when you scrub every inch of your body, you're not even touching this compound. Water and regular soap can't dissolve it. It clings to your skin. It gets into your clothes. It settles into your bed sheets, your couch, even your car seats. The National Institute on Aging has confirmed through multiple studies that aging skin becomes progressively thinner, loses collagen at about 1% per year, and produces less of its natural protective oils. All of these changes make your skin even more vulnerable to this oxidation process and the accumulation of 2-nonenal. Think about rust on a car for a moment. If you see rust forming on your car door, you don't just wipe the surface and expect it to go away, right? The rust is a sign that oxidation is happening at the molecular level within the metal itself. You need to treat the metal, apply protective coatings, maybe even replace damaged parts. Your skin works the same way. The smell you're noticing isn't sitting on top of your skin like dirt. It's being produced by a chemical reaction happening inside your skin cells. In the lipid layer that covers your entire body, most people make the mistake of thinking, this is a surface problem requiring a surface solution. They shower twice a day. They buy antibacterial soaps. Some even use harsh body washes or exfoliating scrubs, thinking they need to scrub harder. But that's like trying to stop a leaking pipe by mopping the floor. You're addressing the symptom, not the cause. And worse, by stripping away your skin's natural oils with harsh products, you might actually be making the problem worse, leaving your skin even more exposed and vulnerable to oxidation. But here's where this story takes a hopeful turn. You can stop this oxidation from the inside out. You can rebuild your skin's antioxidant shield. You can neutralize nonenal before it even forms. And the solution doesn't involve expensive creams, harsh chemicals, or complicated routines. It starts with something remarkably simple: 4 specific foods that work at the cellular level to protect your skin, rebuild its defenses, and eliminate the source of that persistent odor. The first food on our list is something you might already have in your kitchen, a simple drink that acts like a chemical shield for your skin. It floods your body with powerful compounds that neutralize free radicals, stop lipid oxidation in its tracks, and literally prevent nonenal from forming. I'm going to reveal exactly what it is and how to use it in just a moment. But before we get to the solutions, you need to understand the full picture of what's happening to your skin. Because nonenal is just one piece of a larger puzzle. There are 3 other biological breakdowns happening right now that are making this problem worse. And if you don't address all of them together, you're only getting part of the answer. So stay with me. Because what I'm about to explain in the next chapter will completely change how you think about skin aging, the 3 hidden factors destroying your skin's barrier now. Here's what most men don't realize, and this is critical. The nonenal problem we just talked about, that's not happening in isolation. Your skin isn't just dealing with one issue. Right now, as you're listening to this, there are 3 separate biological breakdowns happening simultaneously beneath the surface of your skin. And each one of them is making the senior smell problem worse. Think of it like a house with 3 different leaks. You can patch one, but if you don't fix all 3, the damage continues. Let me walk you through exactly what's happening inside your body, and why understanding these 3 factors is the key to solving this problem permanently. Breakdown number 1, the collagen collapse. Gentlemen, let's talk about collagen. You've probably heard this word thrown around in skincare commercials, usually aimed at women. But collagen is absolutely critical for men too, especially when it comes to skin health, and yes, even body odor. Here single quotes S. What collagen actually does, it's the structural protein that makes up about 75% of your skin's dry weight. Think of collagen as the steel framework of a building. It's what keeps your skin thick, firm, and resilient. It's what gives your skin its bounce-back quality. When you're young, your skin is packed with dense collagen fibers woven together like a strong net. That's why young skin is plump, smooth, and durable. But here's the brutal truth. After age 40, you start losing about 1% of your collagen every single year. 1% might not sound like much, but do the math. By age 50, you've lost 10% of your collagen. By age 60, you're down 20%. And this loss accelerates as you get older, because your body's ability to produce new collagen also declines with age. What does this look like in real life? Your skin becomes thin and papery. Dermatologists have a specific term for this. They call it crepe paper skin, because it starts to look and feel like that thin, wrinkled tissue paper. You might notice it first on the backs of your hands, your forearms, or your neck. The skin becomes almost translucent. You can see veins more clearly. And when you pinch it, it doesn't snap back like it used to. It kind of stays, tented for a moment before slowly settling back down. Now here's where this connects to our odor problem. When your skin is that fragile and thin, it can't maintain its protective barrier function. Think of your skin barrier like the walls of a fortress. When those walls are thick and strong, nothing gets in or out without permission. But when the walls start crumbling, when they become thin and full of gaps, everything becomes compromised. Thin, collagen-depleted skin tears more easily from minor friction. It dries out faster because it can't hold moisture effectively. And crucially, it traps odor-causing compounds like 2-nonenal more easily. Without that dense collagen network, those oxidized lipids and aldehydes settle into the skin's surface and become much harder to eliminate. It's like trying to clean a rough, porous surface versus a smooth, sealed one. The rough surface holds onto everything. Breakdown number 2, the oil production shutdown. Now, let's talk about something that most men never think about until it becomes a problem: sebum. That's the technical name for the natural oils your skin produces through thousands of tiny glands called sebaceous glands scattered all over your body. When you're younger, these glands work like well-oiled machines, pun intended. They constantly secrete a thin layer of oil that spreads across your skin's surface. And this isn't just random oil. This sebum is incredibly sophisticated. It acts like a waterproof seal, keeping precious moisture locked inside your skin while keeping harmful bacteria, pollutants, and irritants out. It's your skin's natural moisturizer and protector all in one. But here's what happens as you age. Those sebaceous glands start to slow down. They produce less and less sebum. By your 50s and 60s, oil production can drop by 50% or more compared to your younger years. And this creates a cascade of problems. First, without adequate oil, your skin becomes dehydrated. The CDC and multiple dermatology studies have documented that dehydrated skin that lacks both water and oil becomes a breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria. Here's why. When your skin is properly hydrated and sealed with natural oils, it maintains a slightly acidic pH that keeps harmful bacteria in check. But when it's dry and depleted, the pH shifts, and suddenly bacteria that produce unpleasant odors can thrive. Second, oil-depleted skin becomes a trap for metabolic waste. Your body is constantly eliminating waste products through your skin. Small amounts of toxins, dead cells, and other byproducts of cellular metabolism. When your skin has that healthy oil layer, these waste products are more easily shed and washed away. But when your skin is dry and rough, these compounds get stuck in the microscopic cracks and crevices of your skin's surface. They accumulate, they oxidize, and they create secondary odors on top of the 2-nonenal smell we've been discussing. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to clean a dry, dusty wooden floor versus a floor that's been properly oiled and sealed. The sealed floor? You can wipe it clean easily. The dry, rough floor? Dust and dirt settle into every crack and groove, and it becomes almost impossible to get truly clean. That's what's happening to your skin when oil production shuts down. Breakdown. #3. Free radical damage, the invisible attack. Now, the third breakdown is happening whether you realize it or not, every single day. Your skin is under constant attack from something called free radicals. These are unstable molecules created by UV radiation from the sun, pollution in the air you breathe, chemicals in products you use, and even normal metabolic processes inside your own cells. Here's how free radicals work in simple terms. Think of a molecule as a couple holding hands. A free radical is like someone who's lost their partner and is desperately grabbing at anyone nearby to feel stable again. These molecules are missing an electron, and they'll steal one from any healthy cell they encounter. When they do that, they damage that cell. And that damaged cell might then become a free radical itself, creating a chain reaction of cellular damage. When your antioxidant defenses are strong back when you were younger, your body neutralizes these free radicals before they can cause much harm. Antioxidants are like security guards that step in and say, "Here, take my electron, just leave the healthy cells alone." Problem solved. But as you age, your body produces fewer natural antioxidants. Your enzyme systems that create these protective compounds slow down. And suddenly, those free radicals go unchecked. They're running wild through your skin tissue, causing damage everywhere they go. And here's what they attack. Free radicals specifically target the lipids, the fats, and oils in your skin. They cause lipid peroxidation, which is the scientific term for that rusting process we talked about in Chapter 1. They break down your collagen fibers, accelerating that collagen collapse we just discussed. They damage your DNA, interfering with your skin cells' ability to repair and regenerate. They create inflammation, which further weakens your skin's barrier. It's like having termites in your house's foundation. You might not see them working, but every day, they're quietly destroying the structural integrity of your home. That's what unchecked free radical damage does to your skin. The perfect storm. So now you can see the full picture. These three breakdowns: collagen collapse, oil production shutdown, and free radical damage, they're all happening at the same time. And they feed into each other. Free radicals break down collagen. Less collagen means weaker, drier skin. Drier skin produces even less oil. Less oil means more bacterial growth and more trapped odors. And the cycle continues, getting worse year after year. Here's the reality, gentlemen. If you don't address these three breakdowns together, the smell will only get worse. You might try to cover it up with cologne or stronger soap, but you're not solving the root cause. The oxidation continues. The 2-nonenal accumulates. Your skin gets weaker and thinner, and this is where hope enters the picture. If you rebuild your defenses with the right nutrients, you can reverse this process. Not slow it down. Not just manage it. Actually reverse it. Your body has an incredible ability to heal and regenerate when you give it the tools it needs. And that's where the science gets truly exciting. Because researchers have identified 4 specific foods that target each of these breakdowns at the cellular level. These aren't miracle cures or expensive supplements. They're simple, whole foods that work with your body's natural systems to stop oxidation, rebuild collagen, restore oil production, and flood your skin with protective antioxidants. In the next chapter, I'm going to reveal these 4 foods and explain exactly how each one works to rebuild your skin from the inside out. This is where everything comes together, how these 4 foods neutralize 2-nonenal and rebuild your skin. Alright, gentlemen, here's where we get into the solution. And I want you to pay close attention because what I'm about to share with you is backed by peer-reviewed research from institutions like the National Institute on Aging, published studies in dermatology journals, and data from longevity researchers around the world. This isn't theory. This isn't wishful thinking. This is science-based nutrition that works at the cellular level. Each of these 4 foods targets a different part of the skin breakdown process we've been discussing. One stops the oxidation. One rebuilds your collagen. One restores your protective barrier. And one literally triggers your body's cellular cleanup and renewal system. Together, they create what I call the anti-rust protocol, a nutritional strategy that stops oxidation in its tracks, rebuilds the collagen you've lost, and restores your skin's protective barrier so that 2-nonenal can't form in the first place. Let me break down each food. explain exactly how it works, and give you the practical details you need to start using them today. Food number 1. Green tea. Your oxidative shield. The first food on our list is something you've probably heard of. Maybe even have in your kitchen right now. Green tea. But I'm not talking about drinking it casually. I'm talking about using green tea strategically as your first line of defense against skin oxidation. Green tea is absolutely packed with compounds called polyphenols and catechins. The most powerful of these is a catechin called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. Don't worry about pronouncing it. Just know that EGCG is one of the most potent natural antioxidants ever studied. A landmark study published in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology and replicated in multiple research papers you can find on PubMed found something remarkable. Polyphenol mixtures from green tea have a powerful anti-nonenal effect. Let me say that again. Green tea specifically neutralizes 2-nonenal. The researchers tested this compound by compound, and what they found was that these polyphenols intercept the free radicals that oxidize your skin's fats before they can create that musty, grassy smell. Think of it this way. Remember how we talked about your skin fats rusting when exposed to oxygen and free radicals? Green tea is like spraying a rust prevention coating on metal. It stops the reaction before it can start. The EGCG molecules in green tea donate electrons to those unstable free radicals, neutralizing them before they can attack your skin's lipids. It's like a fire extinguisher putting out sparks before they become flames. But green tea does something else that's equally important. It reduces inflammation in your skin. Chronic, low-grade inflammation accelerates aging and breaks down collagen. The polyphenols in green tea have been shown to reduce inflammatory markers in skin tissue, which means your skin can focus on repair instead of constantly fighting inflammation. Here's how to use it. Drink 2 to 3 cups of green tea daily. And I mean real brewed green tea, not sugary bottled versions loaded with additives. Brew it for 3 to 5 minutes to extract maximum polyphenols. You can drink it hot or cold. You can add a squeeze of lemon, which actually enhances the absorption of catechins. Do this consistently every single day for internal protection. Now, here's an advanced technique that some dermatologists recommend. A green tea rinse for your skin. Here's how it works. Brew a strong batch of green tea. Use 3 to 4 tea bags in a cup of hot water. Let it steep for at least 5 minutes, then let it cool completely. After your shower, pour this cooled tea over your skin, especially areas where you notice odor, your chest, back, underarms. Pat dry, don't rinse. The polyphenols will sit on your skin's surface and neutralize any existing 2-nonenal. Some men do this daily. Others do it 2 to 3 times per week. Either way, it's a game changer. Food number 2. Mushrooms, the longevity vitamin. Now, the second food might surprise you because most men don't think of mushrooms as a health food. But gentlemen, mushrooms, specifically shiitake, oyster, and king oyster mushrooms, are what longevity researchers are calling a functional food for skin health. Here's why. These mushrooms contain 2 incredible compounds that you can't easily get from other foods: ergothioneine and spermidine. Let me explain what each one does. Ergothioneine has been nicknamed the longevity vitamin by researchers like Dr. Bruce Ames at the Children's Hospital Oakland Research Institute. It's a unique amino acid that your body cannot produce on its own. You can only get it from food. And mushrooms are far and away the richest dietary source. What makes ergothioneine so special? It specifically prevents lipid peroxidation. Remember, lipid peroxidation is the scientific term for that rusting of skin oils we've been talking about. Ergothioneine actually concentrates in your skin tissue. It sits right there in the cell membranes of your skin cells, acting as a protective shield against oxidative damage. Multiple studies have shown that people with higher levels of ergothioneine in their bodies have significantly less oxidative stress and slower rates of skin aging. Think of ergothioneine as a bodyguard that lives permanently in your skin, intercepting attacks before they cause damage. But mushrooms have a second weapon, spermidine. Now, before you react to the name, understand that spermidine is a naturally occurring compound found in all living cells. It's named after where it was first discovered, but it has nothing to do with that. What spermidine does is absolutely fascinating. Spermidine triggers a process called autophagy. Auto means self, and phagy means eating. So autophagy literally means self-eating. It sounds strange, but it's one of the most important anti-aging processes in your body. Autophagy is your cell's cleanup and recycling system. Here's how it works. As your skin cells age, they accumulate damaged proteins, broken down cellular components, and metabolic waste, including oxidized lipids that contribute to odor. Normally, these cells would just sit there, dysfunctional and smelly. But when autophagy is activated, your cells essentially digest and break down all that junk. They clear out the damaged components and recycle the useful parts to build new, healthy cellular structures. Spermidine from mushrooms turns on this autophagy switch. It's like hiring a cleaning crew to go through your skin tissue, throw out the trash, and renovate damaged cells. The result? Fresher, healthier skin cells that don't produce or trap odor-causing compounds. Studies published in journals like Molecules have documented that spermidine supplementation significantly improves skin health markers and extends cellular lifespan. Here's the practical application. Eat 3 to 4 servings of mushrooms per week. A serving is about 1 cup of sliced mushrooms. You can saute them in olive oil or butter, don't worry. The beneficial compounds are heat stable and actually become more bioavailable when cooked. Add them to omelets, stir-fries, soups, pasta sauces. Blend them into ground meat for burgers or meatballs. You won't even taste them, but you'll get all the benefits. Shiitake mushrooms have the highest concentration of ergothioneine, but oyster and king oyster mushrooms are excellent too. Even common button mushrooms contain these compounds, just in slightly lower amounts. The key is consistency. You're literally eating skin renewal every time you consume these mushrooms. The missing link most people ignore now. Here's where most people mess up when they try to address skin aging and odor issues. They focus entirely on antioxidants, stopping the damage. And yes, that's important. Green tea and mushrooms are powerful antioxidants that prevent oxidation and clear out cellular junk. But antioxidants alone won't fix skin that's already damaged. They won't rebuild collagen that's already been lost. They won't restore the skin's protective oil barrier that's already shut down. It's like trying to protect a house that's already half demolished. Sure, you can prevent further damage, but what about all the structural problems that are already there? You need to rebuild. You need materials. You need the raw components that your body uses to construct new collagen fibers and restore barrier function. And that's where the next 2 foods become absolutely non-negotiable. These are your rebuilding foods, the ones that give your body the specific nutrients it needs to reconstruct thick, resilient, moisturized skin from the inside out. One of these foods provides the single most important cofactor for collagen synthesis. Without it, your body literally cannot build collagen, no matter how much protein you eat. And the other food creates a moisture seal so effective that dermatologists call it the #1 food for skin lifting. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal in the next chapter is the difference between just managing your skin problems and actually reversing them. The collagen boosting, moisture sealing power duo. Here's what you need to understand, gentlemen. Stopping oxidation is absolutely step 1, and the green tea and mushrooms we just talked about are your frontline defense. They prevent further damage. They neutralize free radicals. They clean up cellular waste. But here's the truth that most people miss. If your skin is already thin, dry, and damaged from years of collagen loss and oil depletion, antioxidants alone won't be enough. It's like discovering your house has a leaky roof. You can put buckets on the floor to catch the water. That's damage control. But until you actually patch the roof and rebuild the damaged ceiling, the problem isn't truly solved. Your skin works the same way. You need to rebuild the structure. You need to restore the protective barrier. And that's where these next two foods become absolutely non-negotiable. These are your rebuilding foods, the ones that provide the specific raw materials your body needs to synthesize new collagen and create that moisture-sealing barrier that keeps your skin healthy, resilient, and odor-free. Food number 3. Citrus fruits, the collagen glue. Let me start with a statement that might shock you. Your body cannot, and I mean cannot, build collagen without vitamin C. It is biochemically impossible. This isn't a matter of it helps or it's beneficial. Without adequate vitamin C, collagen synthesis literally cannot occur in your body. Period. Medline+, Harvard School of Public Health. And virtually every biochemistry textbook confirms this. Vitamin C is a mandatory cofactor for collagen synthesis. Let me explain what that means in practical terms. When your body builds collagen, it starts with individual amino acids, specifically proline and glycine. These are the building blocks. But amino acids by themselves are just loose bricks scattered on the ground. To build something structural, something strong, you need to connect those bricks together. That's where vitamin C comes in. Vitamin C acts like the mortar, the glue that links those amino acids together into long, stable collagen fibers. Specifically, vitamin C is required for a process called hydroxylation, where enzymes add hydroxyl groups to proline and glycine, converting them into hydroxyproline and hydroxylacine. These modified amino acids then form the triple helix structure that makes collagen so strong and stable. Without vitamin C, this process stops. Your body might have all the amino acid building blocks in the world from the protein you eat, but it can't assemble them into functional collagen. It's like having a pile of lumber, but no nails or screws to build a house. The materials are useless without the connecting mechanism. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They think any vitamin C will do, or they rely on supplements. But your body absorbs and utilizes vitamin C from whole food sources far more effectively than synthetic supplements. And among whole foods, citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, limes are the gold standard for bioavailable vitamin C. 1 medium orange contains about 70 milligrams of vitamin C, which is nearly 100% of your daily minimum requirement. But here's what the research shows. For optimal collagen synthesis, especially in aging skin, you want more than the minimum. You want 100 to 200 milligrams daily. That's roughly 1 to 2 citrus fruits per day, or a combination of citrus and other vitamin C-rich foods. But citrus fruits do something else that's critical for odor control. They contain citric acid, a natural organic acid that helps your kidneys and liver flush metabolic toxins from your body. Remember when we talked about metabolic waste getting trapped in dry, oil-depleted skin? Well, if your body has high levels of metabolic waste in your bloodstream from poor diet, dehydration, or sluggish detoxification systems, some of that waste gets excreted through your skin, contributing to secondary body odors on top of the 2-nonenal smell. Citric acid enhances your body's natural detoxification processes. It helps bind to toxins and heavy metals, making them easier to eliminate through urine rather than through your skin. Some studies have even shown that regular citrus consumption improves body odor independent of its effects on skin health, simply because it helps your body clean itself more efficiently from the inside. Here's the practical application. Eat 1 whole citrus fruit every single day. I prefer oranges or grapefruits because you're also getting fiber, which supports gut health and further aids detoxification. But if you're short on time, squeeze fresh lemon or lime into your water throughout the day. A full lemon provides about 30 to 40 milligrams of vitamin C. So 2 lemons in your water gives you a solid dose. Do this consistently. And you're giving your body the raw materials, the actual molecular glue to rebuild thick, resilient skin that can defend itself against oxidation, trap less odor, and restore its youthful barrier function. Within 3 to 4 weeks of consistent citrus consumption, combined with adequate protein, many men notice their skin literally feels different, less papery, more substantial. Food number 4, fatty fish, the hydration barrier now. The fourth and final food in our anti-rust protocol is one that dermatologists consider the single most powerful food for skin health: wild-caught salmon. And when I say powerful, I mean that some skin specialists literally call salmon the facelift food. Here's why salmon is so extraordinary. It's loaded with 2 compounds that directly address the oil depletion and moisture loss we talked about earlier: omega-3 fatty acids and astaxanthin. Let's start with omega-3 South. These are essential fatty acids, meaning your body cannot make them, you must get them from food. The 2 most important omega-3 South for skin health are EPA and DHA, and fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are the richest sources. Here's what omega-3 South do for your skin. They strengthen your skin's cell membranes. Think of each skin cell as a tiny water balloon. The balloon itself, that outer membrane, is made of a phospholipid bilayer, which is basically a double layer of fat molecules. When that membrane is made with healthy omega-3 fats, it's strong, flexible, and acts like a waterproof seal. It keeps moisture locked inside the cell and keeps harmful compounds out. The National Institute on Aging has documented extensively that older skin loses its ability to retain moisture, not just because oil production decreases, but because the cell membranes themselves become weak and leaky when they're built from damaged or low-quality fats. It's like trying to hold water in a bag full of holes. But when you regularly consume omega-3 South, your body incorporates them into new skin cell membranes as they're built. Within weeks, your skin cells literally have stronger, more intact barriers. They hold moisture better. They resist dehydration. And crucially, they're less permeable to odor-causing compounds like nonenal. The omega-3 fortified membranes act like a seal that keeps those oxidized lipids from accumulating on your skin's surface. Multiple studies have shown that omega-3 supplementation significantly improves skin hydration, reduces transepidermal water loss, that's water evaporating from your skin, and enhances skin smoothness and elasticity. But again, getting omega-3 South from whole food sources like salmon is far superior to supplements because you're also getting protein, selenium, B vitamins, and this is key, astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is a carotenoid, a pink-red pigment that gives wild salmon its distinctive color. And it happens to be one of the most powerful antioxidants ever studied, significantly more potent than vitamin E or beta-carotene at neutralizing free radicals. But astaxanthin does something unique. It positions itself directly in your cell membranes, spanning the entire membrane from inside to outside. It's like having a security guard stationed at every entrance. From this position, astaxanthin neutralizes free radicals trying to attack from either direction, from inside your cells or from the outside environment. It specifically protects against UV damage, which is one of the primary drivers of skin aging and lipid oxidation. Dr. Nicholas Perricone, a board-certified dermatologist and probably the most famous skin health expert in America, has repeatedly stated that salmon is the #1 food for what he calls skin lifting and anti-inflammation. He's documented cases of patients who added salmon to their diet 3 times per week and saw visible improvements in skin firmness, reduction in inflammation, and even decreased wrinkles within 4 to 6 weeks. Here's your action plan. Eat wild-caught salmon 2 to 3 times per week. A serving is about 4 to 6 ounces. You can bake it, grill it, pan-sear it. Just avoid deep frying, which damages the delicate omega-3 fats. If salmon is too expensive or unavailable, other fatty fish like mackerel, sardines, or herring work too, though they have less astaxanthin. If you absolutely cannot or will not eat fish, then a high-quality omega-3 supplement is better than nothing. Look for one that provides at least 1,000 milligrams combined EPA and DHA. But understand, you're missing out on the astaxanthin and the complete nutritional package that whole salmon provides. When you combine this omega-3 rich fish with the vitamin C from citrus, the ergothioneine from mushrooms, and the polyphenols from green tea, you've created a complete nutritional fortress. You're stopping oxidation, triggering cellular cleanup, rebuilding collagen, and sealing in moisture. Every single biological breakdown we discussed is being addressed. But here's the part no one talks about, and this is critical. There is one hidden mistake that can destroy all this progress, that can sabotage every good thing you're doing with these 4 foods. Most men never realize this until it's too late, until the damage is already done. In the final chapter, I'm going to reveal this silent skin destroyer, and it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. The hidden mistake that accelerates senior smell, and it's in your kitchen, gentlemen. This is the chapter that changes everything. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You can eat all the right foods. You can drink your green tea every single day. You can load up on mushrooms, eat your citrus fruits, have salmon twice a week. You can do everything we've talked about perfectly. But if you're making this one mistake, this one silent saboteur that most men don't even realize is destroying their skin from the inside, you're going to sabotage all your progress. And the worst part? This destroyer is socially acceptable. It's everywhere. It's probably in your kitchen right now. You might even be consuming it multiple times a day without thinking twice about it. Most men never realize this until it's too late. Until they've spent years wondering why nothing seems to work, why their skin keeps getting thinner and that smell keeps getting worse despite their best efforts. So pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal, because this might be the single most important insight in this entire presentation. The hidden enemy, sugar and the glycation trap. The mistake we're talking about is excess sugar consumption. And before you think this is just another lecture about sugar being bad for you, understand that what I'm about to explain is specifically about how sugar destroys your skin structure and directly worsens the senior smell problem. Here's what happens at the molecular level when you consume too much sugar, and this is where it gets disturbing. When you eat sugar, whether it's from a soda, a donut, sweetened coffee, or even seemingly healthy foods loaded with hidden sugars, those sugar molecules enter your bloodstream. In a healthy, balanced system, your body would use that sugar for energy or store it for later use. But when you consistently eat more sugar than your body needs, which most Americans do, those excess sugar molecules start floating around in your bloodstream looking for something to attach to. And what they attach to are proteins in your body. Specifically, they bind to collagen. This process is called glycation, and it is one of the most destructive aging processes that can happen to your skin. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like. Think about what happens when you caramelize sugar in a pan. You heat it, and it turns golden, then brown, then eventually becomes hard and brittle. That's essentially what's happening to your collagen during glycation. The sugar molecules literally caramelize your collagen proteins, forming what scientists call advanced glycation end products. They're actually abbreviated as AGEs, which is grimly appropriate. These AGE molecules make your collagen stiff, brittle, and fragile. Remember earlier when we talked about collagen being the structural framework of your skin? Like the steel beams in a building? Glycation is like rust and corrosion destroying those beams from the inside. The American Heart Association and the National Institute on Aging have published extensive research warning that glycation accelerates skin aging faster than almost anything else, faster than sun exposure in some cases, faster than smoking in others. But here's where this connects directly to the senior smell problem. And this is what most people miss. When your collagen is damaged and stiffened by glycation, your skin cannot function properly. It loses its structural integrity. It becomes even thinner and more fragile than normal age-related collagen loss would cause. And a skin that can't maintain its structure also can't maintain its barrier function. Think of your skin barrier like a brick wall. Healthy collagen is the strong mortar holding those bricks together. Glycated collagen is like crumbling, deteriorated mortar. The wall develops gaps. It can't keep things out, and it can't keep things in. Moisture escapes more easily. Your skin becomes even more dehydrated than it would be from age alone. And bacteria, pollutants, and oxidative compounds can penetrate more easily. The vicious cycle. How sugar feeds oxidation, but it gets worse. Sugar doesn't just damage collagen through glycation. It also feeds the very free radicals that cause the lipid peroxidation, the rusting of your skin oils that creates 2-nonenal in the first place. Here's how. When your body metabolizes sugar, especially in excess amounts, it generates oxidative stress. Your cells literally produce more free radicals as a byproduct of processing all that sugar. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire. Remember how we talked about free radicals attacking the omega-7 fatty acids on your skin and causing them to oxidize into 2-nonenal? Well, a high-sugar diet creates more of those attacking free radicals. So you have this perfect storm. Sugar damages your collagen through glycation, making your skin weaker and thinner. It increases free radical production, causing more lipid oxidation. And damaged glycated collagen can't maintain the skin barrier, which means your skin becomes a breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria and a trap for metabolic waste. There's even research showing that high-sugar diets alter your skin's pH and your sweat composition, making your body odor worse independent of 2-nonenal. The bacteria that live on your skin thrive on sugar. When you're constantly feeding them through your bloodstream and sweat, they multiply and produce more odorous metabolic waste products. The CDC and nutritional biochemistry research have documented that people with chronically high blood sugar, even those who aren't diabetic, but just eat a typical American high-sugar diet, have significantly more skin problems, slower wound healing, and yes, worse body odor than people with stable, healthy blood sugar levels. The shocking numbers. How much sugar are you really eating? Now here's where most men get a wake-up call. The American Heart Association recommends that men limit added sugars to no more than 36 grams per day. That's about 9 teaspoons. For optimal skin health and to prevent glycation, many dermatologists and longevity experts recommend even less, 25 grams per day, which is about 6 teaspoons. Let me give you some perspective on how easy it is to blow past that limit without realizing it. 1 12-ounce can of regular soda, 39 grams of sugar. You've already exceeded your daily limit with one drink. Grande Starbucks Caramel Frappuccino, 54 grams of sugar. More than twice your daily limit in one beverage. 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, 16 grams of sugar. Half your daily allowance in a condiment. A store-bought muffin, 30 to 40 grams of sugar. Depending on size, a bowl of many healthy cereals, 12 to 20 grams of sugar. Most men I talk to are shocked when they actually track their sugar intake for a day. They think they're being relatively healthy, but they're consuming 80, 100, sometimes 150 grams of sugar per day without realizing it. And every single gram beyond what your body needs is contributing to glycation, oxidative stress, and the breakdown of your skin structure. The solution: breaking the sugar cycle. Here's the good news, and there is good news. Glycation is partially reversible, and you can stop making it worse starting today. The solution is simple to understand, but requires commitment. Limit your added sugars to less than 25 grams per day. Notice I said added sugars. I'm not talking about the natural sugars in whole fruits, which come packaged with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that actually counteract glycation. I'm talking about refined sugars, high fructose corn syrup, and sweeteners added to processed foods and beverages. Here's your action plan. Cut out liquid sugar completely. Sodas, sweetened teas, energy drinks, fancy coffee drinks, these are the worst offenders. Replace them with water, unsweetened tea, like that green tea we talked about, or coffee with minimal sweetener. Read labels religiously. 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. If a product has 20 grams of sugar, that's 5 teaspoons, almost your entire daily allowance. Become aware of hidden sugars in sauces, dressings, bread, yogurt, and healthy snacks. Replace processed sweets with naturally sweet foods. Berries are your best friend here. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are not only sweet, but they're also packed with anthocyanins and other antioxidants that actually fight glycation. They prevent age formation and even help break down existing AGEs. It's the perfect replacement strategy, satisfying your sweet tooth while actively protecting your skin. When you do eat something sweet, pair it with protein or healthy fat. This slows sugar absorption and prevents blood sugar spikes, which reduces glycation. An apple with almond butter is infinitely better for your skin than an apple juice, even though they have similar sugar content. The reality check. Look, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that you can never enjoy something sweet again. That's not realistic, and it's not sustainable. But what I am telling you is this: if you're serious about stopping the senior smell, about rebuilding your skin, about feeling confident and fresh again, you have to get your sugar intake under control. You can drink all the green tea in the world. You can eat salmon and mushrooms religiously. But if you're simultaneously pouring sugar into your system day after day, you're fighting a losing battle. It's like trying to fill a bathtub while the drain is wide open. You're never going to make progress. The truth is, your body is an incredible biological machine, capable of remarkable healing and regeneration. But you have to give it the right conditions. You have to stop actively sabotaging it with excess sugar. And here's what gives me hope. What I've seen time and time again in practice. When men finally connect these dots and take action on all 5 of these factors, together: stopping oxidation with green tea, triggering cellular renewal with mushrooms, rebuilding collagen with citrus, sealing moisture with salmon, and cutting out excess sugar, the transformation can be dramatic. Let me show you exactly how to put this all together into a practical action plan you can start tomorrow. Look, I get it. This isn't the most comfortable topic to talk about. But you deserve to feel confident in your own skin, literally. You deserve to hug your grandkids without worrying. You deserve to feel fresh, clean, and vibrant, no matter your age. The science is clear. Senior smell is not about hygiene. It's about biochemistry. And you have the power to change that biochemistry starting today. Here's your action plan. Start tomorrow morning with green tea. Brew it strong. Drink it daily. Add mushrooms to 3 meals this week. Salt them, blend them, enjoy them. Eat 1 citrus fruit every day. Your collagen will thank you. Have salmon twice this week. Wild caught if you can. Cut your sugar intake in half. Read labels. Be intentional. Do this for 3 to 4 weeks. You'll notice your skin feels different, thicker, more hydrated. The smell will fade. Your confidence will return. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm breaking down health myths and giving you science-backed solutions every week. Drop a comment below. What's one change you're making today? Let's rebuild together. Now go take action. Your skin is waiting.